You are muted, Dr. Estera.
Welcome, greetings, dear respected audience. This is Esther Mala. Our dedicated project team of Elegant Empire Education welcomes you to the Real Talk with Experts Sustainable Development Goal Research Forum, offering quality education for all. We are gladly welcoming Assistant Professor Dr. Anjum Qureshi, our moderator and the project leader for this research forum. Sorry. So in this forum, we will explore transformative strategies that empowers communities through knowledge. And together, let us engage in insightful discussion that inspires action and foster collaboration for a sustainable future with our honorable respected panelists, Ambassador Professor Dr. Rania Lampu from Greece. Yeah, she needs no introduction because everybody knows her and she's good at what she's doing. And today, with much pleasure, we welcome you. She is from the Greek Education Ministry and Aerospace Department. Yeah, ministries under the Aerospace Ministry. So, and today we will be discussing a very interesting topic, very hot topic now, that's AI powered solutions for disaster management and humanitarian aid under SDG 11. Thank you for joining us in this vital conversation. Dr. Rania, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm very honored, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you all, me too, to this session today. After a long time, I missed you very much. I'm very happy, very excited for today. I have a lot to share and say, and thank you very much, Elegant Empire Education, and you, Dr. Esther and Dr. Anjum, for the kind invitation.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, we will get it started, and we had some technical issues, still having it. So anyway, we had to start. Sorry for the delay. So I'll pass the floor to Dr. Anjum. Dr. Anjum, please take over.
Thank you, Dr. Esther, and welcome to Dr. Rania, who is the esteemed panelist for today. And today we are going to discuss on a very important topic, that is AI-powered solutions for disaster management and humanitarian aid. Because when we talk about AI, we very well know, like AI is transforming everything. So it is also transforming the disaster management, by which it will enable faster, smarter, and more accurate decision making before and during and after emergencies. It will use technologies like machine learning, data analytics, remote sensings to predict disasters, to monitor real-time situations, and optimize response efforts. So now we are going to explore more on how AI is going to play a crucial role in reducing the impact of natural and man-made disaster, and also to save lives, which is, I think, the most most important thing. So to start with the discussion, Dr. Rania, I would like to know from you, when we are talking about AI, so how is AI currently transforming the way we predict and respond to natural disasters?
Yes. Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Anjum. That's a great question. Today, actually, we're going to explore one of the most important and impactful use of technology of world, AI, and how this can help us save lives, reduce suffering, and respond more effectively during time of crisis. So that's why we need to highlight here more innovative ideas, real-world applications, future possibilities of AI in addressing these urgent global challenges. So before starting sharing my thoughts, I can share my PowerPoint at the same time. Let's see if it's possible. I don't know, I think it's not easy here. I don't know if I can do it. Okay, so let's start sharing my thoughts. AI is transforming natural disaster prediction and response by making forecasts faster, more precise, and more actionable, especially when it combines huge amounts of data that humans or traditional systems struggle to process quickly. So the main ways AI is changing the field is better prediction and early warnings, because AI models analyze massive data sets, such as satellite imagery, weather data, and other data, seismic sensor readings, the ocean temperatures, the social media. I'm going to see today the role of social media here, emergency reports, historical disaster records. So this helps identify patterns that may signal hurricanes or cyclones, floods, wildfires, landslides, volcanic eruptions. So I give you an example. AI weather systems can now forecast storm tracks and intensity faster than many traditional physics-based simulations, sometimes extending warning times by days. So have companies now like Google DeepMind, which have developed AI models that improve hurricane path and intensify intensity prediction. Now, it's about, of course, real-time monitoring detection, because we can process the live data streams from the IoT, now sensors, from drones, from satellites, from cameras, from these monitor systems that we have at our disposal. So, for example, we can identify rising river levels for flood alerts. This is very important. Or we can spot abnormal seismic activity. We can detect wildlife smoke. So it's about faster emergency response because AI helps responders make decisions quickly. So it can map affected zones, can estimate infrastructure damage, identify blocked roads, prioritize rescue routes, etc. And after a disaster, AI speeds up recovery by estimating economic losses, by identifying safest rebuilding locations, by simulating future risks, etc. So all these amazing things alongside with the scenario simulation, digital twins, because AI can create digital twins with all these virtual models of cities to simulate disasters before they happen. So this way, governments can test evacuation plans. You can test the flood defenses or the wildlife breaks, the emergency logistics. And this definitely improves preparedness without real-world risk. And definitely all this personalization, personalized alerts that it offers and communication, we can these systems can send targeted alerts based on exact location, or language, on likely risk levels. So this makes warnings more relevant and can reduce panic or confusion. So, of course, AI is not powerful, but it's powerful, but it's not perfect, because there are data quality problems. It's about rare events. Extreme disasters may not have enough historical examples. So it's one thing. The black box
excuse
model.
Me, Dr. Rania. Excuse me,
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Do you have your slides? You want to put on your slides?
Yes, I couldn't do it. I will share it to you if you can share. I will
just upload. Can you upload it? Can you upload it,
yes,
please? Then
yes,
I will add to this.
I tried, but I don't know.
You cannot upload, is it? Okay. You just.
Yes. I will send it to you. If you can share it with you, I will send you.
Yeah, I will try because my system got problem. Let me just send to my WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
sorry,
more or less, it's about, yes, the future likely involves human experts plus AI working together. We will have definitely meteorologists now who will use AI enhanced weather models. We'll have emergency teams using AI for logistics. For example, governments using predictive simulations, or autonomous drones, robots assisting in search and rescue. So it's very important, especially for my country, where we have uncontrolled wildfires in the summer, so that the half of our forests are destroyed. So that would be very, very useful.
Sorry, have you sent your slide?
Yes. No, not yet. AI may not prevent natural disasters, but it can significantly reduce deaths, damage, and recovery time by improving preparedness and response. So, more or less.
Sorry, a lot of interruption today. Yeah, yes. I haven't got your slides.
Yes, I will send you.
What a day today. We have so much of technical issue today, yeah. I think maybe because of the war, affected.
Maybe, yes.
Yeah, since the war started, it's horrible. The StreamYard is just not stable.
Okay. Okay, I sent it, so you will get it in a while because it's megabyte.
Yes.
Yes, Dr. Anju.
Dr. Anju.
Yeah, I'll be having the slides, or should I go for the next question?
Next question, because it's a large file, so I don't know when
just continue because I haven't received. Just continue. I haven't received the slides yet. Just continue. Yeah.
Okay. So yes, as you were speaking about, like how AI can be, how AI is transforming the way we are predicting and we are responding to natural disasters, because yes, it will help by analyzing the real-time data. This is the most important feature of AI, which is being used. And when we talk about disaster management, it will collect the real-time data from the satellites, from the sensors, the weather models, to detect early warning signs with greater accuracy. And when we get that early warning signs, so obviously we can be saving so much of life. So it will also help in like better decision making, efficient resource allocation, and real-time coordination during the emergencies. So that is really a great thing. But next thing that I would like to ask is, when we are talking about all these things, like how AI is going to help in protection and saving the natural resources. So can you please tell some real example where AI has made a significant difference during any such kind of humanitarian crisis?
Yes, definitely. I will share an example which actually goes back to 2015, if you believe. A powerful real-world example is the use of AI during the 2015 Nepal earthquake. So we're talking about the period when the 8 magnitude earthquake struck Nepal in April 2015. Then this period, humanitarian organizations were overwhelmed by the volume of information coming from social media, from SMS messages, from satellite images, from emergency calls. And AI tools then were used to process this data much faster than humans alone could. So what has happened then? AI systems used natural language processing to scan thousands of tweets of Facebook posts or text messages in real time. So they identified messages about trapped survivors, shortages of food and water, and areas needing medical assistance. So this helps responders prioritize where to send aid first. This is very, very important. We analyze social media. Machine learning models also analyzed the satellite imagery to detect collapsed buildings, blocked roads, isolated villages, and organizations like UNICEF and the United Nations used these insights to plan logistics and reach remote communities faster. So these systems can map the damaged areas from satellites and drone images. There were platforms like Humanitarian OpenStreetMap team, which combined AI with crowdsourcing. So what is happening, they supported actually digital humanitarian volunteers. So AI highlighted likely damaged zones, and volunteers around the world updated maps for rescue teams on the ground. So in the first few days, thousands of contributors helped create some of the most accurate crisis maps available. And definitely this improved resource allocation, of course, because predictive analytics helped estimate where aftershocks and infrastructure failures might create secondary crises, allowing agencies to preposition supplies and medical teams. So the impact was of this, we talk about a very early stage, 2015, it's not very expanded in worldwide. AI didn't replace human responders, of course, but it dramatically sped up decision-making. So in disasters, we know that saving even a few hours can save lives. So by filtering noise, identifying patterns, and providing real-time situational awareness, AI helped humanitarian agencies respond more effectively and efficiently. So this case, I mention this because it's often mentioned and cited as an early example of AI for good, showing how technology can amplify humanitarian action during emergencies.
Yes. Of course.
Just continue. Yeah, just continue because I haven't received.
Dr. Estera, it's to you. I sent it to you now. I think you got it. Now you got it.
I got it. Now I got it. Now I got it. Just carry on while I get it uploaded.
Yes. Yeah, of course, predictive analytics, and when we are using all the machine learning algorithms. So there are many such applications. You give an example. If we even try to search, there are many more such examples, whether it is early detection of fire in the forest or whether it is for prediction of floods and issuing early warnings for the earthquakes. So in all these cases, AI analyzes the different kinds of data, sometimes using the cameras or sometimes using the weather forecasting system or the seismic data, and it sends alerts sometime before, so that it gives us time to take protective action, and it provides early warnings. And yes, of course, there are many disaster response tools like the Global Crisis Response, Google Crisis Response, which are using AI to provide real-time updates, evacuation routes. Not only does that, it tells us that, okay, there is an earthquake which will occur, but it also tells about some kind of emergency information during disaster, like how and where we should be moving to a safer place. So by using all this, yes, of course, we are getting a faster emergency response. But as we know that for anything that we do, there are going to be certain challenges or limitations. So nextly, I would like to know from you, according to you, what are the biggest challenges or limitations when deploying AI in disaster-stricken or lower resource environments?
Yes, as I said before, AI is powerful, but it's not perfect. And if we talk about data, a lot of issues happen. Deploying AI in disaster stricken environments can be valuable, of course, but it also comes with serious practical limitations. First, that would be the poor or unavailable infrastructure, because AI systems often depend on electricity, on internet access, or cloud computing. So disaster zones, definitely power grids and communication networks may be damaged or completely down. This would make it hard to run or access AI tools. The data dimension, the low quality or incomplete data, because AI depends on data to make accurate predictions. In crisis, incoming information can be outdated, duplicated, can be inaccurate or missing altogether. So, for example, social media posts may contain rumors. It's happening many times. And satellite images may be obscured by weather or smoke. So the issue of data, I think, is very, very important. The language also, cultural barriers, because many AI systems are strongest in major language like English. So in multilingual disaster zones or local dialects or slang formal communication, all these things may be misunderstood, causing important messages to be missed. One of the biggest challenges of machine learning in general is what we call black box. Black box and black box dilemma is when these systems jump to conclusions without explaining us how. I mean, we don't know the internal processes of AI systems. So what the AI experts trying to do is to mitigate this problem of black box. So the lack of transparency, as we say, because emergency responders may hesitate to trust AI recommendations if the systems cannot clearly explain why it flagged the location or predicted the need. And let's not forget that AI tools often require trained personnel to operate, interpret, and maintain them. So low resource regions may lack data scientists or engineers or technical support during emergencies. And about costs, if you think about costs, building, deploying, maintaining these systems, especially those using satellite imagery, drones, or cloud services, can be expensive for humanitarian organizations with limited budgets. This alongside with privacy and ethical concerns, because when we collect data from phones, from social media, drones, or biometric systems, this can expose vulnerable populations to surveillance or misuse of personal information. And of course, the issue of coordination, because different aid agencies may use different systems that do not share data well. So AI insights are less useful if they cannot integrate into existing emergency workflows. And finally, there is always this risk of over surveillance of technology, because yes, AI can assist decision making, but if we rely too heavily on it, this may reduce human judgment. And if the system fails or produces errors, responders may lose valuable time. So, in short, while AI, of course, can improve speed and efficiency, its effectiveness in disaster response depends on resilient infrastructure, on reliable data, on ethical safeguards, and strong human oversight. The best approach is usually human plus AI collaboration and not AI alone.
Very sorry, wrong slide.
It's not AI alone can be working it. And when we talk about AI, yes, it is working on the availability of data. So when we are working, when we are into the areas where resources are limited and when the data is not available, so we can't be getting proper results sometimes, because AI completely works on what kind of data has been provided to her. That is a very good thing, in fact. And yes, sometimes we need to even worry about the connectivity issues and the lack of infrastructure, like sometimes lack of powers, like lack of sensors, and we don't have skilled persons every time who will be knowing about how to work with AI. They don't have so much of technical expertise into it. So due to some of those reasons, yes, AI can hinder effective implementation and adoption. So one more thing that actually concerns when we are using AI is ethical and the data privacy issues. So when we talk about disaster management, so how can we ensure that there is an ethical use of AI, especially regarding the data privacy and the data bias, and how will we deal with vulnerable populations? So,
Yes, I think it's a very important question because we need to know that the number one principle of data is what we call data minimization. What is data minimization? That we need to collect only the minimum necessary data we need. This applies everywhere, of course, in business, in schools. Here in Greece, before 2 years, we had scandals with the leak of the data of students. So that's why I'm talking about data minimization. Collect only the minimum data, and of course, usually, especially for researchers, I'm saying this for researchers or scholars, participants in the research must know what data is used, how the data is used, how it will be stored, everything. So we need to be, that's why I'm talking about transparency also. So what is happening? Vulnerable populations often have sensitive personal data that could be misused. So what we need to do, the first strategy is this, data minimization. The second thing we can do is anonymize or pseudonymize personal information. We can use strong encryption and secure storage. We can obtain informed consent in clear, accessible language. We need to comply with privacy laws like General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR in Europe. AI used, for example, in refugee support or healthcare should avoid exposing location, health records, or identifying data. The second is about reducing bias in data, because we all know the issue of bias, that AI systems can inherit or amplify social biases if they're trained on unrepresentative or discriminatory data. So in order to reduce this bias is to need to conduct regular fairness audits, of course, or use diverse representative data sets, or try to use explainable AI tools to identify discriminatory patterns, or test outputs across demographics, race, gender, age, disability, etc. For example, a healthcare AI trained mostly on data from wealthy urban populations may perform poorly for rural or minority groups. And the transparency, explainability, because people affected by AI decisions should understand, very important, how decisions are made, what data is being used, as I said before, why a recommendation or predictions was produced. So especially important in areas like healthcare, in healthcare diagnosis, or in social welfare eligibility, or in disaster relief prioritization, or in law enforcement and surveillance. So black box can undermine actually trust and compatibility. So very important is what we call keep humans in the loop. Keep them in the loop means that AI should support and not replace human judgment in high-stakes decisions. For vulnerable populations, humans should review AI-driven decisions involving medical treatment, emergency distribution, child protection interventions, the asylum or immigration screening. So human oversight can actually catch harmful errors AI might miss. And follow the principle always do not harm is one of the principles of Belmont. I love to mention the framework of Belmont. Before deploying, organizations should access possible harms that could be discrimination, profiling, that could be surveillance abuse, or exclusion from services, or misinformation, or harmful recommendations. So ethical impact assessments and risk analysis should be mandatory before launching. So in general, building inclusive systems with community input is the key, because the people affected by AI should help shape it. Organizations can, for example, consult community leaders and advocacy groups and include affected populations in design or testing. They can provide multilingual and accessible interfaces. So this helps ensure cultural sensitivity and practical usefulness. So try to create accountability and governance. There should be clear responsibility for AI outcomes. So best practices include always the ethics review boards, as we say to scholars also, to be always in contact during the research with ethics committees. The audit trails documentation, the external oversight and regulation, clear complaint appeal mechanism for users. So if harm occurs, people need a way to challenge or correct decisions. Try to comply with ethical legal frameworks. Organizations should actually align AI systems with principles from groups like United Nations, AI and human rights guidelines. We have a European Union also AI regulations, UNESCO recommendations on the ethics of AI, many global frameworks. So without safeguards, all these strategies that I mentioned before, AI may cause privacy violations, discrimination, loss of trust, deepening inequality. So to ethically use AI with vulnerable populations, organizations must do what? Must design systems that are privacy preserving, that are fair, that are transparent, inclusive and accountable. The goal should not only to be make AI more powerful, but to make it safer, just and human-centered. So I think more or less these are the strategies. Very important issue of data privacy, because it's a legal issue.
Yes.
I'm not able to upload your slide. I don't know why today cannot upload. I managed to download, but I cannot upload here on StreamYard.
Nice.
Yes, carry on.
Okay. So yes, of course, data privacy, it is very, very important, and we have to take very much care about it, because it is not just that when we are sharing that data, something related to environment is getting affected, but yes, of course, because somewhere or the other personal data is involved into it. So for the ethical use of AI, we need strong data governance, because there should be policies about how the data is being collected. There should be informed consent, and if required, there should be anonymization of the data, so that the data is handled properly and securely to protect the privacy of the people who are sharing. And there should be continuous bias auditing. Inclusive data sets to be there, because when we have a biased data set, then again it is going to cause a problem. So yes, of course, there should be the data should be provided in such a way that there should be transparent decision making to avoid discrimination against vulnerable populations. And yes, before coming to the end of the session, just one more question that I would like to ask is like, if we look ahead, we know that AI is changing very rapidly. Every week we can say, or every second we can say, we have something new to explore about AI. So if we talk about this disaster management, so what innovations in AI will revolutionize the disaster response over the next decade?
Over the next decade, AI could radically transform disaster response. You can see, for example, here what is happening, how quickly AI systems getting more and more sophisticated. So I think that we make systems more predictive, more autonomous, more coordinated, more personalized. So instead of mainly reacting after disaster strikes, future systems may anticipate risks, simulate outcomes, and deploy resources faster than ever. So what kind of innovations? The first one is hyper-accurate predictive AI. Future AI models may combine satellite imagery, climate models, or seismic activity, or ocean atmospheric data, or live sensor networks, in order to predict disasters with greater precision and longer lead times. For example, more accurate hurricane intensity, path forecasting, have earlier wildlife emission and spread prediction. Will have better flood and landslide forecast, or improved earthquake early warning systems. So this can save thousands of lives through earlier evacuations. Governments also may use in the future AI-driven digital replicas of real environments, is what I mentioned before about digital twins of cities and regions, in order to simulate disasters in real time. So these digital twins could model flood spread through streets, or structural collapse risks, or evacuation traffic patterns, or hospital and shelter capacity. And this would help emergency managers test the strategies instantly and choose the best response. We have autonomous drones and robotic rescue teams, which can search for survivors with thermal imaging. Robots can deliver food, medicine, emergency supplies. Robots are only used in many businesses, in many companies, in the production, manufacturing, etc., with great success. Robots can inspect collapsed buildings or flooded zones. They can map inaccessible or dangerous areas. So swarm robotics allow multiple machines to coordinate tasks without direct human control. And of course, emergency coordination systems, because AI may act as a central command assistant by integrating data from police, from firefighters, from hospitals, from weather agencies, from transportation systems, from public communications. So it could automatically prioritize incidents, allocate resources, and optimize rescue routes in real time. It could send definitely customized alerts based on location, disability needs. So visual alerts, for example, for hearing impaired people, or voice alerts for visually impaired users, or evacuation instructions in multiple languages. So this improves inclusivity and reduces confusion. So generative AI for crisis decision support, advanced generative AI could summarize complex situations and recommend action plans. It can summarize live reports from thousands of sources, draft emergency announcements, generate response scenarios for leaders, and this would reduce information overload during crisis. And AI may help also governments in the future prepare long before disasters happen, by identifying where to build flood defenses, which neighborhoods are most vulnerable, where wildlife barriers should go, and how infrastructure should be redesigned. This shift focus from response to prevention and resilience. And in disasters, of course, we know that internet and power may fail. We mentioned before about the challenges, but future edge AI systems which run locally on drones, on phones, on vehicles, could continue operating without cloud access for navigation, communication, and local hazard detection. So we need stronger. We will have robust edge AI systems. About medicine now, AI tools may help medics in how prioritizing patients by severity, by predicting outbreaks after disasters, by monitoring injuries remotely, by supporting mental health interventions. So wearables and mobile diagnostics may feed the AI systems in real time. So countless organizations may share disaster intelligence instantly using AI. The national systems could coordinate satellite monitoring, disease outbreak tracking, refugee movement predictions. So this could improve worldwide response to major crises. But to reach this future, of course, major issues must be addressed. The ethical concerns that I mentioned before, cybersecurity also risks, the algorithmic bias, the reliability during extreme events, and cost and unequal access. So the next decade may bring a shift from reactive emergency response to autonomous, predictive, and preventive disaster management. So AI could become a constant partner assistant, because it can monitor risks, guide decisions, coordinate the rescue, and help communities recover faster and smarter. Thank you.
Yeah, finally we got the slide up. Maybe you want to talk about it very fast.
Okay, yes, we can. You can show just to show. It's yeah.
Just want to see. Okay, maybe you want to explain anything.
You can. No, just next. Next.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So here you can see. Before.
Before this.
Yes, before. Yeah, it's what we said before. How AI is transforming. Next.
You can control, I think.
Here. Okay. So have early predictions. We said that the smart emergency response. Here, how AI can map the damage, can guide. So it's about great help for rescue teams. the real-time monitoring that I mentioned before with drones, with sensors, the damage assessment, which AI can analyze distraction and plan recovery, disaster simulations. I mentioned about digital twins before. So simulations of real-world scenarios before this happen, and a personalized alert, more targeted support here in social media, and more customized for notifications and alerts. So next.
Okay.
Here I mentioned the most characteristic example of the use of AI of 2015 earthquake in Nepal. It was a period when AI was not expanded, but it helped a lot. I explain here what happened. And yes, I think next. Yes, I mentioned about the berries, and next. The issue of the ethical concerns. I think here we need to know that AI is transforming the way the world prepares for response to recoveries from disasters and humanitarian crises, from early warning systems, we mentioned, from predictive analytics to crisis mapping, search and rescue drones, smarter aid distribution. We have seen the incredible potential of technology to save lives and bring hope to those in need. So at the same time, we are reminded that AI is powerful, but it's only a tool, because its true impact depends on how responsible and effective we use it. Human compassion, collaboration, ethical decision-making must remain at the heart of every technological advancement. So we have challenges, we have opportunities at the same time. So if we combine innovation with humanity, we can build systems that are faster, smarter, and more resilient. Systems that not only respond to emergencies, but help prevent and reduce their impact in the future. So I think more or less is this what I wanted to say. We explained all these ethical concerns before about compatibility, fairness, and transparency, the black box dilemma. And of course, how to build trust and prevent harm. It's one of the principles of Belmont, the Belmont framework. Yeah, so this is the future, more hyper accurate predictive models, and of course, more innovative solutions for the governments and also citizens. Yes, that's it. This stops here, yes.
So, Dr. Anju, you may do the closing.
Yes. Yes, so we had another great session today, and it was really a very impactful session where we were talking on something which is we talked about so many applications of AI. That is, of course, talking about AI for disaster management was really a very great thing, because when we talk about sustainability, it is somewhere we need to protect so many lives, and this is what AI will be doing it. And we were talking about SDG 11 today. So yes, of course, when we talk about this, it is going to help us and how it is supporting the SDGs and how it will help in having sustainable cities and communities by improving the disaster preparedness for the urban areas. And also, along with this, if you see, it will also help in having a great supporting. It will also support the climate action by predicting the climate related disasters like the floods, cyclones, and the wildfires. And overall, we can say yes, AI will act as a very powerful tool to make disaster management more proactive, efficient, and aligned with the global sustainability and resilience goals. So with this, we come to the end of the session, and I would like to thank Dr. Rania for sharing your valuable insights with us, and also thanks to Dr. Esther for arranging such a beautiful session.
I have to thank both of you. Today I've been like battling through from the beginning to now, and finally managed to get I don't know what, never had such a bad experience, so much of interruption. I don't even have my screen. But never mind. Nevertheless, with all these issues, today I'm very glad that Dr. Anjum has conducted this session beautifully, and Dr. Rania managed to cope with all this disturbance in between. So,
Yes.
dear audience, I thank you so
No,
much.
just Dr. Esther, allow me just to say a message here because I think it's very important. The value here is value human cooperation, because remember that no machine here can replace the compassion, the courage, and the dedication of humanitarian workers, of the emergency responders, of researchers, of volunteers. AI can support and strengthen these efforts, but the heart of disaster response will always remain human. So let's not underestimate the volunteers, the humanitarian volunteers. Yes, this is what I want to say. Mm-hmm.
Definitely not during your session. Look at that. I was like looking forward to listen and ask you questions. We can keep chat and all that, but it happens. But as I mentioned just now, anyway, we had a good session. Although I will listen to the recording later. And thank you so much, dear audience, for your support. And please continue to be with us again. And slowly we will come up with more sessions, because we are all extremely busy, really engaged with our daily work. So we will definitely catch up with all of you. And next week, we will meet with another interesting guest from Serbia. Yeah, from Serbia. She's also a very talented, very rare speaker internationally, although she's quite popular. She's a very rare speaker, because not many have her on the platform, and we are very glad to introduce her. Just it's a suspense. See her next week. Dr. Rania knows her from Serbia, so I think she got, So we have two beautiful people from Serbia. Serbia ladies are fantastic, and I have another very good sister there, and that's why I say they are very wonderful people. We'll meet again next week with this beautiful person. Thank you so much, and good morning, good afternoon, good night to everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much.